Alright, let's be real for a second. If you're in your 20s, you've probably had this thought. Should I keep renting or try to buy a home? Maybe your friends are posting about closing on their first house. Meanwhile, you're staring at Venmo receipts for rent, utilities, and pizza. Today, we're breaking down the real story behind renting versus buying in your 20s. Not just the financial side, but the emotional and freedom side too. Because this decision isn't just about math, it's about your lifestyle, your goals, and your peace of mind. By the end of this video, you'll have a framework to figure out what makes sense for you. Not for TikTok, not for your parents, but for your real life. Now, let's meet two versions of you, because both are totally valid. You're renting a one-bedroom with your best friend. Rent's steep, but it covers everything. Maintenance, snow removal, and when the fridge breaks, it's someone else's problem. You can pack up and move cities next year if you want. Maybe you're still figuring out your career, or deciding if you even want to stay local. Renting gives you freedom, but here's the emotional catch. Every month, your rent payment disappears into someone else's pocket. You're building their wealth, not yours. And after a few years, you might look back and think, wait, what do I actually own? Now let's flip it. You buy a small starter home or condo. Suddenly, it's your name on the deed. Every mortgage payment builds equity, real ownership that grows over time. Financially, you're locking in a fixed payment while rents around you keep climbing. Emotionally, you've got roots, a place that's yours that reflects your personality and choices. But here's the flip side. It's not all HGTV montages and home equity fairy tales. You're responsible for everything. Roof leaks? That's on you. Want to move for a job next year? That's harder now. Renting equals flexibility now, but no long-term gain. Buying equals stability later, but more responsibility now. If you can answer, where do I see myself for the next 3 to 5 years, that's the real tipping point. If you're still experimenting with jobs or cities, renting makes sense. If you're stable and saving, buying can set your future up early. I've met so many first-time buyers in their 20s who said, I didn't realize how safe it feels to have a home of my own. And I've met renters who said, I love that I can travel, change jobs, and not stress about a water heater. Neither group is wrong. It's about your stage of life and not your stage of success. So here's the truth. It's not about renting versus buying. It's about what serves your life goals right now. If your 20s are about exploration, don't feel guilty for renting. That's financial strategy, not failure. If you're ready to plant roots, start small. A condo, a multifamily, even house hacking with friends. That's building wealth from the ground up. My advice, start with information, not impulse. Run the numbers, talk with a realtor, maybe even get pre-approved just to know your range. Knowledge doesn't mean commitment. And if you want a personalized rent versus buy game plan that shows what makes sense for you and your budget and goals, head to our website in the description or reach out to us directly and we'll walk you through options and find what fits your life right now. Remember, you don't have to have it all figured out in your 20s. You just need to make decisions that move you forward towards freedom. I'm John Paul Landry with The Landry Group, helping you land where life takes you. Thanks for landing with The Landrys.